Chairman Pallone, Ranking Member Shimkus, and Ranking Member Walden, members of the committee. As you heard, I'm Alexandra Dunn, Assistant Administrator of EPA's Office of Chemical Safety and Pollution Prevention, and it is a great privilege and honor to appear before you today to discuss asbestos. I am pleased to share with you the significant efforts EPA is undertaking to address public health risks from exposure to asbestos. This administration is the first in 30 years to use the Toxic Substances Control Act, amended by the Frank R. Lautenberg Chemical Safety for the 21st Century Act, to place additional restrictions on products that contain asbestos. It's helpful to look at EPA's asbestos regulation in 3 phases. As you noted, EPA's actions around asbestos took a major step forward when, in 1989, we finalized the TSCA Asbestos Ban and Phase-Out, banning the manufacture, importation, processing, and distribution in commerce of most uses of asbestos. In 1991, this regulation was largely overturned by the Fifth Circuit, leaving only 5 asbestos products and all new uses of asbestos banned. The 1989 partial ban remains in place, and our new actions build upon it. Second, on April 17, 2019, EPA closed a loophole left by the 1991 court decision. We signed a regulation that will prevent historic uses of asbestos from returning to the U.S. through domestic manufacture or import without EPA review. Our action affects 18 categories of historic asbestos-containing products, such as asbestos vinyl floor tiles and insulation, and has a catch-all restricting any other uses of asbestos not currently ongoing. This is an aggressive and critical step to protect the public from the health risks associated with asbestos, including the increased risk of cancer. Third, we complete the circle of protecting the public from asbestos risks as we undertake a risk evaluation for the limited ongoing industrial uses of asbestos. A TSCA risk evaluation, as described by Mr. Shimkus, determines whether a chemical substance presents an unreasonable risk under the conditions of use to health or the environment, including an unreasonable risk to relevantly potentially exposed or susceptible subpopulations, such as workers. If EPA determines that the manufacture, processing, distribution, use, or disposal of a chemical substance presents an unreasonable risk, we must take risk management actions under TSCA Section 6. Our process is open and transparent. The asbestos draft risk evaluation will be peer-reviewed and available for public comment under the timetables in TSCA. We received 2 petitions asking EPA to require additional asbestos reporting. After consideration, EPA denied both petitions. Through preparing the asbestos scoping document and drafting the risk evaluation, we are confident that we have a sufficient understanding of the conditions of use of asbestos. We understand that many stakeholders want EPA to ban all remaining asbestos products now. Under TSCA, EPA cannot move directly to risk management actions such as a ban without first completing the risk evaluation and making an unreasonable risk determination. This is the path we are following, consistent with our legal authority. EPA has also received comments asking us to address risks from legacy asbestos, asbestos-containing materials manufactured or imported in the past that may still be present in buildings and homes. We are not ignoring the legacy problem. Asbestos-containing materials that are not damaged or disturbed are not likely to pose a health risk. When asbestos is to be disturbed, federal, state, and local laws, regulations, and programs are in place for the safe removal and disposal of these materials. The outlined actions show that we are committed to protecting all Americans from unreasonable risks associated with asbestos and to working with stakeholders and our federal, state, and local partners. Again, for the first time in decades, EPA has made addressing asbestos a priority. On March 7, 2019, Representative Bonamici and others introduced H.R. 1603, the Alan Reinstein Ban Asbestos Now Act of 2019. EPA does not have a formal position on the bill, but can provide technical assistance on this issue upon request. In conclusion, thank you, Chairman Tonko, Chairman Pallone, Ranking Member Shimkus, and Ranking Member Walden, and members of the committee for the opportunity to testify before you today. EPA looks forward to continuing our work with you to protect the public's health and well-being, and I look forward to any questions.